to the leadership of the house. Thank you, everybody. I'm really glad. Thank you, Mr. Samuel. Thank you, Mr. Adams. Thank you, everyone, for putting this together. The crew of this wonderful organization. I give you guys kudos. What you're doing is amazing. You see, youth is actually the breath of any nation. The youth is the breath of any nation. And if any nation should neglect its youth, a lot of things are going to go wrong. So thanks so much, guys. So I'll be speaking on the topic, leading your ministry and others with purpose. So let's go here. So I messaged in my mail yesterday that I'm not going to be using the presentation slide. I know. I'm sorry. I have a whiteboard behind me. I hope you guys can see it. So I'm going to use this whiteboard. And I know I don't draw too well, very horrible diagrams, but you guys are going to help me out here. You're going to, maybe in the chat box, you're going to guess what these items are. So that's the first activity we're going to do. So I need you guys to first guess. I've started this session already. I have 20 minutes. And 5 minutes for questions. So let's just quickly run into it. So I'm not a very good artist, but I took the pains to draw 4 beautiful diagrams here. I can see they're very pretty. Are they not pretty? They're very pretty.
Yes.
Yeah, very pretty diagrams. So I need you all to help me guess or tell me what each diagram means in the chat box. Are we ready to go? Are we ready to go? Let's go. So what is this? The first diagram, what's this? In the chat box, the top right corner. Okay, someone is saying the top right corner may be a car. Okay, so somebody said car. All right, I can see your comments. Circle. Somebody said this is a circle. All right, let's go. Keep commenting. Guess any of them. This is what? A house. All right, a house. This is what? Or earth. The circle is earth. Okay, circle or earth. I can see earth. Let's go. I can see a house, a globe. Earth, globe. Are you with me? Circle, drug, remote, house. Circle, drug, remote, house. All right. Keypad. Which is the, okay? This might be the keypad. Okay. Keypad. Oh Jesus. Mobile phone, drug. So which is mobile phone? Okay, this mobile phone. Phone. All right, the drug, we have drug. Okay, I think that's enough for guessing. All right, so very beautiful. Now let's begin. I will get back to these diagrams in a bit, and we're going to see the importance of this little activity we just did. So first of all, what is ministry? I'm talking about leading your ministry and others with purpose. So it's very important we quickly define the terms very, very briefly. So ministry simply means service. Ministry means service to God and to humanity. Service to God and to humanity, not service to God or humanity. There's a difference. You're not serving God or humanity. If what you're doing is service to God alone, and we cannot see the resultant impact on humanity, you're not doing ministry. Do you understand? And if what you're doing is humanity conscious, you want to take care of human beings, you want to do everything humanity conscious, and you don't have any God factor, any creator factor, what you're doing is also not ministry. Do you understand? So ministry is service to God and humanity, and there's a very important connection between God and humanity, and we're going to really get to it. I don't want to jump the gun. We're going to get to it shortly. So what is leadership? Leading your ministry and others with purpose. So what is leadership? I love to define leadership as influence. Influence through inspiration and not manipulation. Leadership is influence through inspiration, inspiring people towards a vision of your purpose. So leadership is the character of influencing others by inspiring them towards the vision of a purpose. Leadership, it's important we know that leadership is a character. It's not just a position. Leadership is a character, and it is a character that evolves out of your passion for your purpose. Are you guys listening to what? I hope you can hear me. Leadership, if you can hear me, I need to see a hi on the chat box. Leadership is influencing others by inspiring them to pursue a vision of a purpose. That's what leadership is. And it's important to know, like I said, that leadership is a character. Leadership is a character. It's not just a position. There's a character of leadership. And that character of leadership evolves out of a passion for your purpose. And okay, good. So in all this, I can see your comments, very nice. In all these definitions I just gave about leadership, there's one thing I need you to really note here: purpose. You see, purpose keeps coming over and over again. The theme for this program is leading with purpose, leading with purpose. There can be no leadership practically without purpose, because leading people means you're influencing them to take them from here to there. If you're not taking someone from here to there, you're not leading anybody. But imagine if you're taking someone from here and you don't have it there. It means that you don't have leadership in play, because there is no purpose. There is no end. We are not seeing any picture at the end of the road. So if you're not seeing any picture at the end of the road, what you're doing is not leadership. You're gathering people to do a lot of stuff. But if leadership doesn't have purpose, you can't call it leadership. Do we understand that? So if purpose is so important to leadership, what is purpose? What is purpose? What is purpose? To just run quickly, purpose means original intention. The original intent of a thing in the mind of the creator of the thing. Purpose is the reason for the creation of a thing, why the thing was made. Purpose is the why behind the existence of anything. Do we understand that? So let's go back to my diagram here and let us look at it. So I asked at the beginning of the session if some of you could guess what's going on here, what's all this records going on the board, right? And some people said it's a circle, some people said it's Earth, it's a globe, this is a car, someone said a drug, this is a house. Obviously it looks good. I tried I tried to do this very well. My artistic prowess really took over when I was drawing this house, you understand? So some people said it's a house, so most people got this house. So this people say it's a phone, someone said it's a keypad, someone said it's a remote. What are these diagrams actually? What are these diagrams? You see that up until now, most of you are not even sure. Maybe you might be sure about the house, right? Because it really looks like a good house. But most of you are not really sure about what these diagrams actually mean. Even though with your analysis, you've been able to look at it, you've been able to try to guess what it is. I want to bring it to everyone listening here that the best you can do is to guess what something is if you do not create it, if you're not the creator of it. If you're not the creator of it, the best you can do is to guess. Do you understand? That's the best you can do. So no matter what you guys say, I can say this is not a house, this is a yacht. I can say this is a yacht. Or a hospital. I'm going to get there very soon. You will see, I'm going to use these 4 diagrams to explain something very interesting right here. But you can see that the best you can do is to guess what these diagrams are. It means that you do not know the why of these diagrams. Why did I draw this? Why did I draw this? Why did I draw this? What is this? What is this? What is this? Because this can be a basketball, guys. It can be a basketball, guys, a basketball. It can be a basketball. It can even be the head of a stickman. Stickman, you know stickmen? Yeah, stickmen that do kung fu. It can be the head of a stickman. I just drew the guy's head. And someone said it's a circle. Someone said it's Earth. Do you understand? So you see that although your guesses are educated guesses, the best you can do is guess. So if you do not originate, if you're not the originator of a particular intention, the best you can do is to guess about that particular thing. So the idea is this: if you want to know the purpose of anything, you ask who? The creator.
Yeah.
Are you guys with me? If you want to know the purpose of anything, you ask the creator. If you cannot find the creator of it, the best is to guess. All right. So let's continue. Let me add this point to it. I'll give 3 points here I want every one of us to note. Number 1, God is a God of purpose. God is a God of purpose. You know God, the creator of heaven and earth. Yeah. He's a God of purpose. He doesn't make anything without a purpose. We need to establish that first of all. The seas, the birds, the clouds, humanity, we all have a purpose. So God is not a purposeless. He doesn't just do things for the fun of it. He does things, every single thing for a purpose. Two, nothing in life is without a purpose. Nothing in life. Everything has a purpose. Everything has a purpose. Nothing in life has a purpose. The reason why you keep killing cockroaches is because you don't know their purpose. You don't know why they are created. So if you just see one, if you kill it, you kill anything you do not understand its purpose. Do you understand? It's either you ignore it, it's either you don't understand it, it's either you curse it, it's either you kill it. So whatever you don't understand its purpose, you're most likely going to kill it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So there's a purpose for everything in life. Everything on earth is with a purpose. The third point, please note the third point, is very important. Not every purpose is known. Not every purpose is known. And that's why we have this diagram here. So for the guys that said drug, yeah, you were in the heart of the creator. Yeah, you connected with my heart. For those guys that said drug, yeah, so you connected with my heart. This is actually a drug, but it's not just any drug. It's hard drug. In fact, I like to call it tramadol. You see, in my country, young people has a fraction of young people have started abusing a drug called tramadol. Tramadol, you know, you take it, you go high. It's like cocaine, marijuana, yeah, hard drug. So people abuse tramadol, and you know, they take it, they get high. Some people get mad, walk on the streets, and stuff like that. A lot of terrible things happening because of this drug. So let's say this. Let's give an example. Let's say this drug is cocaine. Cocaine in a pack. So this is a pack of cocaine. Cocaine. Is cocaine bad? Is cocaine bad? In medical practice, cocaine is used as medication, right? Cocaine is used as medication. But how come the cocaine that is used for medication is the thing that is making a lot of people get addicted, and we have what we call drug abuse? Now, when they were trying to define what cocaine, the improper use of cocaine is, they didn't say cocaine is bad. They said cocaine is being abused. So they coined it out as drug abuse. Drug abuse, not that cocaine is bad. So you abuse anything you do not know its purpose. So because the purpose of cocaine for many young people is not known, the purpose of marijuana is also a medication. You understand? So because that purpose is not known, abuse is what? Inevitable. This is something Miles Morris said. Miles Morris said very, very clear, wonderful statement. Miles Morris said that where the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is what? Inevitable. If you do not know the purpose for something, you're going to abuse it. If you do not know a purpose for a child, you're going to abuse a child, and that's what we call child abuse. If you do not know a purpose for a partner, a spouse, you're going to abuse it. You're going to abuse your spouse. If you don't know the purpose for a job, you're going to abuse your job.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? All right. So if you do not know your purpose, you are going to abuse yourself. Not because you want to, but because whatever thing you do not know its purpose, you eventually abuse. Cocaine is not bad. If you go to the hospital, they use it to bless people because they know its purpose and they use it normally. Let me just check this in. Abuse means improper use. That is abnormal use. That's what abuse means, improper use. You're not using it normally. The normal use of a thing, you've deviated from the normal use of a thing. That's what abuse means. So it's not that this drug is bad, is that it's been the purpose of the drug has been deviated from. So let's quickly move forward. I'm trying to move very quickly here. All right, so ways to know your purpose. Are you with me up until now? Ways to know your purpose. Now, secular humanism teaches that, by secular humanism, I hope you know what I mean. Philosophy, science, the science that drives towards abstaining from any sort of religious, inclination, right? That's what secular humanism is. It drives thoughts by human philosophy and analytics and stuff like that. So secular humanism teaches two things. That if you want to know your purpose, the first thing that you need to do is there are two things: personal opinion. Your personal opinion, an opinion about yourself. What do I think I'm good at? Right? Or why do I think I'm here? So that's personal self-introspection. Or you take a step further. Number two, you do popular opinion. My friends and family, who did they say I am? What am I good at? Whenever I enter the room, what enters? What do you feel? So that's popular opinion. These things are actually good. They have worked, but they are not effective. And what do I mean they are not effective? Because if you want to know the purpose of a thing, like I've explained, you ask the creator of that thing. For example, let's use our remote control. Yeah. This is a remote control, guys. This is a remote control. It's not a remote, it's not a keypad. I tried to draw a remote control. So how many of you remember that remote control in your house? That old remote control, maybe for your TV or for your old cassette player. You know there are buttons there, red button, blue button, yellow button. Who remembers? Please chat. I want to see those that remember those remote controls. I need to see you in the chat. If you remember the remote control, that remote control I'm talking about has a red button, it has a blue button under. Just below all the buttons, it has a red button, it has a blue button. You remember, someone say you remember. Yeah, you remember blue button, yellow button, and red button. Now, can I ask a question? What is the use of those buttons? What is the purpose of those buttons? Have you ever tried to use them before? So it means that there are buttons on your remote control, and that remote control lived with you for like 5-6 years, and there were some things that you did not know about those buttons. So people are trying to remember, yet not the red of off. You know, there's a power button. I'm not talking about the power button. The power button is the one at the top right corner of the remote that is red. I'm talking about those last, you know. So because you do not know its purpose, you underuse the products. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if you want to know the purpose, what do you do? If you want to know the purpose of those remotes, maybe some of you still have it in your house, go to the manufacturer's manual. Go to the manufacturer's manual and you look it up, and you will see that that thing there that looked like it didn't have a purpose and was not being used actually has a purpose. But because you did not know the purpose, you abused the remote in terms of underusing it. One of the reasons why I believe that we have a shortfall in human capital development in Africa is because the African leaders have not fully conceptualized, understood the purpose of the African youth. So they are just like those yellow, blue, green stuffs on that remote. And because we do not know what they are used for, we underuse them. So if you want to know the purpose of a remote, of that TV, of that TV, right? You go to the manufacturer's manual, the creators of that remote. The third point I want to give about ways to know your purpose, I'm sure that I would have talked a lot about personal opinion, popular opinion. The third I want to give is the creator's opinion, the manufacturer's opinion. What did the manufacturer of this product call it? Each and every one of you here, you're a product of a manufacturer. You are a product of a manufacturer. And if you want to know your purpose, if you want to go to the direct center points of why you are here, you need to go to your manufacturer's manual. You need to ask the manufacturer, why am I here? And he's the only person that can tell you if this circle is his head of his stick head or a basketball. He's the person that can tell you whether this house is actually a school. Your friends can say, hey, you're good at talking, you're good at this, you're good at that, but they cannot tell you the specific purpose for your life. The best they can do is guess. So this is the school, and I want to tell you guys a story to just kind of sum up this point. While growing up, I had a stuttering problem, like a stammering problem. So I stammered so bad, so bad that in primary school, when we watch Power Rangers, when we watch Spider-Man, I don't know if you know Spider-Man and Power Rangers, Superman, and we go to school to gist with our friends. You know now when you get to school in primary school and you gist with your friends about, I watched this in Spider-Man yesterday, I watched this in Power Rangers yesterday. I could not have such conversations. Silverhawk, someone said Silverhawk. Silverhawk. Yeah, you got it. Your old time, man. Your old time. That's awesome. So when you go to school and you try to gist with your friends, that's, hey, I watched this yesterday. I will see all my mates talking and gisting. But when I try to gist, because of my stammering problem, I can use the whole break trying to pronounce Power Rangers. Do you understand? So nobody really wanted to hear my gist because my gist was a time waster. They would probably hear 2 episodes of cartoons, and if they come to me, I won't even finish one. Do you understand? So they needed a lot of patience. So I had this esteem issue, didn't want to talk much, poured most of my attention on books, trying to get the best grade, which I successfully did, you know, when you don't have much friends. In fact, the only friend, I only had one friend, and it was the person that was patient enough with my Power Rangers. You know, when you do power, so that was just how I was. Do you understand? So you don't have much friends, people are not patient enough to listen to you, and all those stuff like that. It took I think primary school into junior school. So while I was the second year in junior school, GS2, something happened to me. I encountered the creator, my creator, the person that made me, and I got born again. Yeah, that's what happened to me. So while sitting in class one evening, I will never forget that evening. On a Sunday evening prep, I was seated in my class, and in my heart, the desire to speak started coming from deep within me. I just felt like, go and speak in front of your class and talk to them about the gospel. So that was just what was coming in my heart. And I knew it was God speaking to me. I knew it was the creator speaking to me. But I spoke to you, I was like, hey, you know that I stammer, right? You know that I can't talk. So why are you telling me to go in front of your whole class to talk? You're going to embarrass me. So I struggled with that until I decided to say, okay, you're the manufacturer. You know what's going on. I went in front of that class and I began to speak, to talk. I can't even remember if I stammered or not. But what I remember is when I was done, I had young people crying and young people asking for answers. What do we do? And from there on, I have not stopped talking. Now, why did I share this stuff? I share this story to let you guys know that the best you can do is guess. If you want to know the purpose of a thing, don't ask the thing. The thing does not have the capacity to bring absolute knowledge about why it is created. If you ask me, speaking is the last thing I would ever talk about. Maybe I should code. You know, if you code, you might not really have to talk to much people like that. Or if you trade the foreign exchange market, you might not really have to talk to anybody and people like that. But the manufacturer knew that this guy, I put in him the ability to speak. He is going to speak to young people in several nations. He's going to change different people's life through the avenue of speech. But this guy was a stammerer. How will you tell a stammerer that his purpose is to speak? Somebody said the creator, your maker. He's the person that knows you best. He knows what you are capable of doing, even if you do not know you're capable of doing those things. And that's what happened to me, guys. And I discovered the well of fulfillment. Whenever I speak, I feel fulfilled. And that's what happens to you when you walk in your purpose. When you begin to walk in your purpose, you would find out that there's just this fulfillment deep inside of you. Do you understand? Lastly, and I close. The world today is full of abuse. And it's simply because people do not know their purpose. People don't know the purpose for power, so they abuse it. People don't know the purpose for gender, so they abuse it. People don't know the purpose for the land, sea, and sky, so they abuse it. You hear pollution. People don't know the purpose for marijuana, for cocaine, so they abuse it. There's drug abuse going on. Young people smoking every kind of thing, addicted, ruining their futures, so they abuse it. People don't know the purpose for communication, for media, so they abuse it. People don't know the purpose for sex, so they abuse it. You name a problem, and you will see the character of an abuse going on there. Name any problem and you will see an abuse going on there. And it's because people do not know their purpose. I believe that we have been called to change this narrative. To change by discovering our purpose. Our purpose is linked to an abuse going on in the world. There's an abuse going on in the world that the Creator formed you to solve. There's a problem going on in the world that the Creator formed you to solve. And that thing is inside of you as your manufacturer. Whatever you see out there that is going wrong and you don't like it, you're like, what's this going on? What's that going on? It's a pointer that there is something inside of you that has the better version of it. There's something inside of you that God has put inside of you, and He wants you to bring it out to your word. Your word. This is ministry. Bringing out what God wants, what God desires, and connecting it to delivering humanity. I'll end with this question. What abuse were you made to correct? If you find it, you will not just find fulfillment for yourself, but you will help a better world. Thank you very much.
Wow.
So I think I'll close.
Wow. Amazing. Thank you very much, Mr. D. Wow, that was so powerful. Like, I never saw some things in this light, even myself. Please, let's give a round of applause for our speaker. Oh my God, I really thank God for you and for your life and the testimony that was so powerful. Please, let's drop one or two things that we have gotten from this session, because my whole note is packed and it's full. Like, no. If you did not come here with your jotters, then you are wrong. My notes is packed. Please, let's drop one or two. Let's drop our questions, because I mean, we already are running a bit behind time. Please, let's drop one or two. Thank you so much, Mr. David. I mean, your purpose is your ultimate. Well, one of my mentors that I'm actually, learning from right now in the School of Purpose, and even Dr. Samuel. I used to say something. So your purpose is your ultimate why, and it's only your Creator that can tell you. And Mr. David has actually given more light even to Mr. Daniel. Rather, he gave more light in that area, and that is why we see a lot of abuses even in our world today. Wow, thank you so much, Mr. Daniel. Thank you. Let's drop one or two. Okay, let's drop one or two that we've gotten. Someone has a question. Okay, someone said, when you walk in your purpose, you find fulfillment inside of you. Exactly. That is because it's your Creator that created you, that knows your why, why you were born. He said, okay, somebody asked a question. What about the purpose you are born to in ministry? For example, the gospel. Does that mean we will not know the person didn't complete it? Please, can you complete your question? Is it Mr. or Miss Christopher Oluwasoke? Say, if you are born into a ministry in the gospel of Christ, does that mean that we will not know the complete of that? Okay, someone said don't guess, ask the Creator. Yes, and that's why post-payment starts from, first of all, having the personal fellowship. Even his testimony that he shared, like, who could have thought, that you will find your fulfillment in the area of speaking? And that's so powerful. And see, you're already even blessing lives through these gifts and these things that God has deposited on the inside of you. Thank you so much, Mr. Daniel. Please, if we have questions, we are far behind time. Leading is taking someone from here to there. Thanks so much, Danny. Let's at that moment. This is powerful. Like, I was blessed myself. If we have our questions, we can still continue. But right now we'll just go on. I know we have been packed with this session. Thank you so much, Mr. Daniel. And after this, we're going to go on a break. A short break. Thank you for inspiring your word. God bless you abundantly, and you do even more for your word and your generation. Okay, the person has completed it. So does that mean we can easily abuse grace? Okay. The person, let me relate it to the question from saying, what about the purpose you are born to in ministry? For instance, you are born into ministry, for instance, the gospel of Christ. That is, maybe, okay, you are born to preach and be a pastor, you are called to this, the area of your calling. I think that's what the person is trying to say. So the person is saying, does it mean that you can easily abuse grace in this aspect? Mr. Danny, over to you, sir.
So, okay, I'm trying to get the question. The question is not very clear, but
okay, this person, maybe they are born into a ministry, or maybe called into a ministry, maybe the gospel, like spreading the gospel of Christ in the word. So does that mean they can abuse the grace that is given into the ministry? I think if I get the person well, because I was also trying to connect that. But maybe you can just say one or two for.
Okay. So in that aspect, I would say from how I understand it. So if you're called to a ministry, can you abuse grace? Should you abuse grace? Okay, I understand. You're talking in the context of improper use of grace. That's abuse, abnormal use. Yeah. So can you have an abnormal use of grace? Of course, definitely. If you do not know the purpose of why God has anointed you, if you don't know the purpose of why God has called you, you're going to abuse that calling. And at the end of the day, you will not fulfill your purpose. So it is the only reward we get from God are things we do that He instructed. So any activity we do, even with the anointing, even with our calling, if you are called to be an evangelist and you're a pastor, you're abusing your purpose. That's an abnormal use of the grace of God that has been deposited on your life. I think that's what it's saying.
Well,
so you can't actually.
For that, yeah, I think that the person please, if you get it, can you signify in the comment section? Then so okay, we'll take this last question because we are really far behind schedule. Is that how do you stay motivated and focused on your purpose, especially during difficult times? Okay, maybe this person during crisis or a difficult time, how do you stay focused? Maybe you are discouraged and all of that. So how do you stay motivated and focused on your purpose? Yes, sir.
Okay, how do you stay motivated and focused on your purpose? During difficult times. All right. So one thing I would point out, because I know that actually for a lot of people, things can get very hard, especially in your purpose. God did not promise us an easy route, but He promised us that everything is possible. He said all things are possible, not all things are going to be easy. So we have possibility, but we may not have easy. It may not come in easy. So you can actually experience difficulties, I understand. But how you stay motivated is, I will talk specifically to someone that has discovered his purpose, his calling specifically, because it's very important. Because if you discover your purpose, how you stay motivated in that purpose is to keep looking at your vision. Purpose paints a picture, and that the picture purpose paints is called vision. So vision is the picture that is painted by purpose. So if you don't have a purpose, you won't have a vision. And there's one thing we need to know is that vision leaks. In the face of difficulty, in the face of resistance, your vision will leak. So what you need to do is in the place of prayer, when you're communicating with God, when you're having fellowship with Him, you renew your vision. You have it regularly. If you don't have a regular refill of your vision buckets, you're going to run out of steam. You're going to run out of fuel. So that's how you stay motivated. Consistently look at your vision. And also consistently look at people that have passed through that road before, similar to yours, and look at how their life has ended up. Who, for the joy that was set before him, endured the difficulties, right? So you need to look at the joy, look at the end, look at the vision, and you're going to stay motivated. You're going to stay through that particular journey of your purpose.
Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Dent. Like, you really give clarity some of the questions, and I'm sure some of the questions in our mind to you've given clarity to them. Thank you so much for your session. Thank you for such a powerful party. I think our technical team, Adams, will also make available some of the insights that we get from this. So how do we connect with you? Please, you can help us to drop your profile, your LinkedIn profile. I think our technical team is going to do that too because of our time. Thank you. So please, can we applaud Mr. Daniel? Thank you for unleashing even these virtues to us tonight. Like, we have gotten so much from this. Thank you so much. God bless you. God bless